Okay, hi. Well, today I am working on making a outhouse and a picnic table. So stick around and I'll show you how I make up.
It's gonna be alright. 'Cause maybe tomorrow, yeah, it'll be alright. If you don't try, you'll never know. If you don't learn to let it all go.
All right, so I'm going to start with a picnic table first, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do the picnic table. Okay, let's see. On this picnic table, it's going to be 5 feet. I've got a material list here that I downloaded from the internet, so I'm just going to read it out to you. You need two 2x4 8-foots. You need 4 2x6 8-foots, and you need 4 2x6 10-foots. And you can make your own picnic tables. It doesn't look that hard. Okay, so my first cut here, I'm going to make the supports that support the outside legs for the picnic table, and it's a 28 3/4 board. Go ahead and mark that. And then we're going to put a 28-degree angle on either end in the same direction. I'm going to cut that off and then I'll use it to match the other side. Double check my measurements just in case. Read that. Yep, that's right. Same angle. So I need 2 of these. They're both on the same angle. So I've done my first cut. Okay, same angle both sides. Now I'm going to do the second one. I'm just going to use this edge that I left on the last one, and I'll duplicate this, marking this here. Oh, this pen I couldn't find because it was in that side. Okay, now we're going to do 3 battens, all 2x4s, and they're 28.5 length with 30-degree angles, cut in opposite directions in each. And next we're going to do 4. These are the legs. We're going to do the legs next. They're made out of the 2x6 8-foots. And we're going to need 4 2x6 36-inch or 3 feet with 30-degree angles, cut in the same direction on both ends. 4 of those.
Has problems we don't want to. Take a trip inside. Take this time to become aware.
You take your 3 pieces at 28, 2x4, 28 and a quarter. We take these pieces now, we're going to attach it to the tabletop. So I'm actually pre-drilling some holes on an angle so I can get the screw in. I don't have one of those fancy, they call put hole screw thingies. Just doing my own. These come in 4 inches from the outside. And then you start these. So we'll go ahead and put a screw in at 4 inches here. Got to do it high enough up on this board so that the screw doesn't pop out the top. You're trying to hide them. Okay, so you need to find the center again, which is there's 60 inches approximately. So 30 inches. Measure the line in the middle. Measured 3/4 of an inch from the middle center line, so I could allow for the 1.5 inch width of this 2x4. So mark that. And then to get an outside edge you can put your board against. Instead of trying to oddball up the middle, I'm trying to make it as exact as possible. Each of these boards is a 1/4 inch gap. The tabletop, I used as you can see, a screw. I put a screw in the middle just to give me my 1/4 inch. This is the last one. I've done the 2 outsides. I'm just going to do my pocket holes. Just eyeballing it about 3/4 of the way up on each board. Yep. You just get your screw. I'm using 3-inch screws and some 2.5 I have. 2.5 for these, but you can use a 3-inch. Just go a little higher up on the board when you go to screw it in. Just because you don't want it to pop out the front. Now you do all your measurements properly, and I will put them on this clip at the bottom. Then everything should line up. So these 2 edges come right to the edge, even with this 1/4 inch gap. That's perfect right like that. See? Awesome. Okay, so now we're getting the legs on. What you do, I'll show it on this side. You line up your legs with the second board in, make this one flush, let that go over. This is flush here. So that's what I'm doing on the inside of this. It screws against that support. Just lining that up. I want it. Started the screw on this side so I could just grab it. Now you could use carriage bolts. Carriage bolts if you want. I've got screws, so I'm just using screws. I don't have any here. But I've left a space to do a carriage bolt later if I want. And 3 screws per leg. I left a gap here to drill a hole and put a carriage bolt in if I want later. Just repeat the process. 4 legs. Okay, so now I got to get the seat supports on. What I did was I hung my tape. It's got to be 16.5 inches from the bottom of here to the top of your seat support. So I let gravity just let it hang straight. And I put my level at 16.5. And it would be better if you had 2 people doing this. And then I just marked it all the way across. So I did it. You can do it however you'd like to do it. Awesome. Oh, thing of beauty.